And you don't give up. That's just it. Too many people,
you don't give up.
Exactly. You don't give up on them.
Well, Jason's problem.
How could you give up on your own child?
Jason.
This is what I don't understand. These families, you know what I mean, over and over because their children fail or whatever.
Right.
They give up on them.
All right, now that we're on that topic, stop. Now that we're on that topic, let me get going with my next topic.
Okay.
My mom, right? Mm-hmm. I was at work the other day, and remember I was telling you guys I lost my wallet.
Yeah.
Right? And the day prior, I lost my phone.
Right.
Right? So I had my tablet.
Right.
But I was in the middle of working, and I was already getting yelled at for using my tablet.
Okay.
So I had text. No, but it wasn't like a yell, but it was like my second day, and they were like,
yeah, but still, you should respect
right.
your job.
I know.
Don't use that.
And
shit
so
on
I
me.
had texted my mom, and I was like, hey, can you call Barnegat PD because I've had 2 different people that night telling me they found my wallet.
Okay.
And that it was turned into the police.
Okay.
Right. So I texted my mom and I said, hey, Ma, can you call Barnegat PD to see if they have my wallet? And the first fucking words out of her mouth were, why can't you do it? And then from there, it started an entire shit show. Me and my mom had a huge argument. And then her fuckhead boyfriend came and started messaging me he started messaging me on like Messenger and started like cursing me out, calling me I needed to get beat the fuck up. All right, so my mom, instead of saying yes to that question, back to getting on the topic.
Okay, so
and the question was calling the cops to find out where your wallet was.
Yeah, okay. I asked my mom.
Learn to summarize. Don't make a 4-hour conversation.
All right, yeah, I asked my mom to call the cops, right, at Barnegat PD to see if they have my wallet. Mm-hmm. Fucking first words that come out of her mouth is, why can't you do it? You know what I'm saying?
I'm at work and I can't make a phone call.
Exactly.
Common sense.
Thank you.
Now you have an address. Can you get
a
Obama
shit show, and my stepdad hops in and starts talking a whole bunch of shit, and then like, listen, I'm gonna put this motherfucker on blast because somebody needs to do it. My stepfather is a cheater, a liar, and a thief. All right. Now I've done.
But you stole my juicy juices.
Paul, will you shut up before I stick a juicy juice?
No, but legit, he is. Listen, all right, granted, he's been with my mom for 10 years, but let's put it in perspective. Before he met my mom had multiple fucking apartments. Mm-hmm. My mom had a house at one fucking point, right? Met him, lost it. Moved down to North Carolina to go live in a fucking tent in the woods.
That's
right?
horrible.
Homeless shelters, back to back to back, right? Fucking, listen, my mom, last year, I went down to, my brother came up from North Carolina, right, for the weekend, and that was the weekend that my mom was having heart surgery down in North Carolina. And it was the night before he was supposed to go back, and I was like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I should go down there and stay down there for my mom's surgery. And my brother and I were like kind of putting it together, and we did it. Like, we literally fucking drove 12 hours to North Carolina, and I surprised my mom that night.
You should be
the
there
night
to support
before
your mother.
her surgery.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
You did the right thing.
So and mind you, I was with her through the entire fucking process, the rehab and all. So it really fucking irked my nerves because her fiance wasn't there to be there with her. Like, her fiance, you know what he was doing? Stole $1,400 fucking dollars from my mom. Left her flat ass broke and spent that shit on fucking drugs. Forced her to move back up here with her mom and her grandmom, right? And he's down in fucking North Carolina. Now he's bitching and complaining because she's moved up here and she's mad. And my brother Tyler wants to fucking put him through the headlights of
Wait a second,
fucking...
why is she mad?
Well, she was mad.
Oh, okay.
But now, like...
I'd be fucking pissed off at him for
Thank you,
doing
right?
what...
Would you go back to him after he emptied out your fucking bank account?
No, I'd tell him to go fuck off.
Thank you.
I wouldn't want
All
to
right.
have anything to do with him.
So basically what happened was he was, I'm so sorry. I want to come back up to Jersey and I want to take care of my warrants and I want to get a job and I want to...
You know you've got to catch when they want to take care of their warrants.
Exactly.
Yeah,
right?
really.
Like he wanted to get his shit together and I was like, you know what, bro? Against all of the shit I want to do to this motherfucker, like, I'm going to help him. And at the time I was living at the tent. This is when I first started living in...
Yeah, and that's when you let him stay with you in the tent.
Yeah, in my tent.
Right.
Even though I didn't have a fucking pot to piss in, I still helped him out.
Yeah.
I was the person getting him cigarettes, getting him food, and yes, he smoked weed and he drank beer. And so, yes, I was the person providing that because I was always going out panhandling for his ass.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I tried to do whatever I can to help him.
Right, here you are. You're trying to get on your own feet, and you've got this...
Man holding me back.
Yeah,
this
exactly.
fucking
You
man
got like a
holding me
monkey
back.
on your back.
Right. And I explained a little bit of this in the first show, but getting more into depth. He stole $1,400 from my mom and fucking left her flat broke, left her to move back up here with her mom. So I let him come back up here, and I was hoping that he was going to do something to better himself in the 30 days that I let him stay at my fucking tent. Right. Didn't lift a fucking finger for nothing. Nothing. He didn't do anything to better himself. You know what I would have done?
He didn't run a vacuum cleaner around or anything?
Nothing.
See, you know what I would have done? I would have called the fucking police. I would have said, this guy's got fucking warrants or whatever. Come pick his fucking ass up.
No, he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to tell the cops where his tent is either.
Remember, I told you we had a big campsite and then they shut it down.
Yeah.
That day that they shut it down was the day that they arrested him.
Good.
But he came out the next day, and so I was. And then when he came out, I was like, "Listen, bro, like I'm happy you're out and all, but like
you need to
fucking
do something."
Go. Like, and I was like, "Listen, now that you got your fucking warrants taken care of, like get the fuck to work." And his biggest excuse was, "Oh, I don't know anybody up here. I don't know anybody. I don't know. You don't have to fucking know anybody." Let me tell you something. When I lived with my sponsor, right, he left from California and he came all the way to New Jersey, right, to better himself, right? He came to New Jersey and he literally spent his first night outside of a Home Depot inside of one of them sheds.
Was he Mexican?
No. He was a white guy. And that very next day, he found the manager or his boss that he still to this fucking day works for, and it's 5.5, 6 years later.
Hey, I came to America without a pot to piss in.
Let me tell you something. There's been multiple times in my life, okay, where when I was from like 16 and a half to 18 years old, I lived in a group home for girls. When I got out of there, I mean, I was working like a full-time job. I found myself like a room which I paid maybe about $75 a week. Okay. I didn't have a car at that point. I found myself a little job at a deli. Okay. That I walked to every day and I went, and then from there I met this really nice girl or whatever. So I thought she was. I moved in with her. Right. And
you are a shit judge of character.
No, I'm just saying. All because, but you're talking about this multiple times in my life. I had to start over. I stayed with her. She wanted to hook me up with this guy. Okay. At that point in my life, I didn't want to date. I was finally like on my own. You know what I mean? I just got out of a group home. I just am like finally like beginning to like live, Then I bought a car off of my brother-in-law. God rest his soul. I bought a car off of him, and I was able to get a better job, So I went and I found myself a really good job that my aunt had gotten me, and from there, I had moved in with her and stuff like that, and because I wouldn't freaking date this, this guy that I wasn't interested in, too, she stole everything of mine and kicked me out of her place. So once again, I was left with zero, nothing. And all I had was like this freaking car or whatever. And I had to then stay and live with my aunt. Find a place, because I was homeless then. No clothes, no nothing on my back. Everything was freaking taken from me. So, you know what? You can't just... And I didn't really tell you the truth. I mean, yeah, I had a mother. Let me tell you something. I had a mother. I had a freaking father. Okay? All my life, my father did nothing but steal from me. Every fucking paycheck. Okay? When I was like 18 years old or something, around that point... I found out my father had a heart attack. I went home because I was a good daughter, and I went home and I wanted to help take care of him, because I was told your dad had a heart attack, blah blah blah. So I decided to go back home, okay, to be a help around there. What happened? I went to work every day, okay? My parents came into the place that I worked. They stole from the place that I worked, okay? Threatened me. Because I was a cashier.
That's happened to me.
Okay, threatened me that, like, they would come and bring all this stuff up to the register and all, and they would, like, ring it up and stuff like that, right? And then they would, like, hand me the money and stuff like that, and then, like, I would have to, like, give the money back or whatever, and then, or some of it, and then, like, delete the thing, and say customer didn't have any money. I ended up getting fired. Thank God God was with me, because I did not get... You know what I mean? I could have gotten arrested for like that if they had, to seen that, my parents were going in there, fucking robbing that store, blind, okay, paying for only some of the stuff and then walking out with more,
Right.
Okay? And then, like, if I came home late, 5 minutes or something, I'd have the crap beat out of me. And then they were stealing my paychecks.
Oh.
And then giving me $20 a week to live on. Okay?
That's fucking horrible.
So, you want to know something? Parents are supposed to love you, support you, guide you. Okay?
Thank you.
I did not have that. I had to teach myself what was right. As a child, I would look at my environment. I would look at my brothers. I would look at my sisters. I would look at my parents. I'd look at the dysfunction that I was like living in.
All right.
And I corrected it in my mind and I said, this is wrong and I will not do this to my kids.
All right. I'm sorry. I really am. But my friend's right. She said, I made my mom seem like a bad person. I know she's not. There's a lot of things that happened in her past. All right, that's all right.
And you want to know something? My dad.
You know what? But how many times you have to hear, shit happened in my past, so I'm going to.
Let me tell you something.
I had a shit childhood, so I'm going to treat you like a cunt for the next 20 years.
Let me tell you something. My mom and my dad both had a very, very rough childhood, okay? But there's a point, okay, when you grow up and you have your own children. You should be smart enough to know you don't want to pass on what was done to you onto your kids. Okay? And that's where you got to break the damn cycle. My girls are my life. Okay? I would do anything for them. I would die for my girls. Okay? And I have sacrificed, I have suffered, I have done without. Okay? So that my kids could have.
How come every single time?
And I still freaking do it to this day.
Every single time I see your daughter start watching the show, you just happen to be banging on about your kids. Every single fucking, without fail.
Who's saying?
Nicole just started watching, and you're going on about your kids.
Listen, I gotta say.
Because my kids, because we got onto the subject about, he was going on and he was talking about his mother not supporting him.
But it's not all her fault,
and I'm talking as a parent. Your job, okay, from day one, when you get pregnant with that child, okay, that's when guess what? You are no longer, okay, in life for yourself, okay? Your child, okay, becomes your world, okay? My girls are 30, 20, what's Lauren? 27, 26, right? And my other youngest one will be 21. And I'll tell you something. Each one of my babies, okay, no matter how old they are, they will always be my babies. I will always be there supporting them. I will always be there doing, sacrificing,
And if they ask you to do a simple favor, like make a phone call to the cops.
I wouldn't sit there and say, no, do it yourself.
Actually, I'm going to call you out on that completely because she and my daughter... will fucking never, neither of them will fucking pick up a phone and call anyone.
No, that is an anxiety.
Hey.
Okay. What?
Amen.
Amen.
You saying amen?
It starts with the parents.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that Denise.
All right.
Because you know what?
What?
I'm going to ride on what Denise just said.
All right, that's cool. But I also want to make, I want to make something clear. My mom.
No, he's generalizing. He's not talking about your mom.
All right, no, I get that, but my mom lost us to a drug addiction. We went into diapers, but she has worked hard enough to get all of us back, and we fucked it up. Wait
a second. How did you fuck it up?
Yeah, dude, but 10 years in foster care or whatever the fuck.
No. You didn't fuck it up, okay? Don't put the blame on you, okay? Your mom was the one who had the drug addiction. Not you, number one. Number two, she might have gotten herself together and straightened. But you want to know something? You don't owe your mother nothing. She owes you. I'm sorry. She owes you. You owe her to love her.
Let me explain something real short and sweet.
What?
I grew up battered and bruised.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That was my life.
Yep.
I didn't accept that as the normal.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as possible, I left that environment and I joined the military.
Yep. Because it's not normal.
And I vowed in my head, not to anybody, but my children, should I ever have any, and Lord knows I got a ton,
Oh, I know.
they would never,
6 kids, 7.
never
Have
go
to suffer.
through.
Exactly.
So you can terminate the torture,
Exactly.
but you got to take that stand. You take that stand and say no more,
Exactly.
because it's not within the genes.
Exactly. And there's nothing wrong with you telling your mother how hurt you are, how disappointed in your childhood and stuff like that. Nothing wrong with telling her that you love her. But at the same time, too, you also have to tell her the dysfunction ends here. This is where
And
it
I
stops.
did that. I did
Exactly. And I had to do the same thing with my father, and as well at times with my mother, when I've had to walk away from them. I don't know.
I did that.
You know? And
I walked away
Mhm.
when I joined the Marine Corps.
Exactly. And I've had
But
to do
I
that.
knew
Mhm.
I would never want to see another child
Yeah.
go
Abused.
through what I went through.
All right, now I think we need to call my mom. Let me answer.
Make sure you tell her.
No, you can just do it. We're not going to talk.
I gotta take a piss. Oh, you know what? Let me fucking make sure I answer this first in case it starts going, this number, blah, blah, blah.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Ma.
Hey, what's up?
Nothing much. I just wanted to let you know that you are live right now on Facebook. I am on the Dysfunctional Podcast. We're still on the show. We're still live. We still have people, viewing our video and listening to our podcast. But we've had a pretty crazy night tonight. Would you say, Denise?
Yeah, we've discussed a lot of
things,
from funny to
emotional,
joking
and
and serious, and
yeah, very serious.
Yeah, we're ending on a very serious note.
Well, I thought it would be a good idea to call you because, honestly, I'm just gonna put it this way, and I don't want you to take this offensively, but I feel like we kind of both owe each other an apology.
I don't owe anything. All I do is ask a simple question, and you flew off the handle. You seem to think that I owe you all this, and I don't. You had me in tears today.
Well, listen.
You crushed my heart the way you talked to me.
You are... All right, I'm not going to get it. I have to now, I guess. Listen, I asked you to do me a favor. This woman here, how did I even hurt you? Let's put it that way.
By the way you talk to me, Jason, it's totally disrespectful.
Right. All right, now let me ask you a question. Do you think that it's okay to... I'm a grown man, all right? Like, I'm 23.
Exactly.
All right, listen to me. I'm a grown man. I'm 23 years old. Why would you question my judgment? If I asked you to do something...
I didn't question your judgment.
You did. Why can't you do it yourself?
You couldn't make that phone call yourself. That's all I said. I did not question your judgment.
You should have just said, okay, Jason, I'll call the police station and I'll see if they have your wallet.
You should have just simply wrote back, because I don't have a phone, Mom. Can you do it for me, please? Instead, you flew off the handle.
I was at work.
And made it sound like I'm supposed to jump anytime you tell me to do something. You don't
That's not what I expect.
Tell me to do it.
That's not what I expect. But what I'm saying is you are my mother. Like, I am your child. I came out of you. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but
it doesn't matter if I ask you to, like, call the cops to see if they have my wallet or, like, whatever they... As long as you know that my judgment is
why
good.
You can't do it yourself. You could have came back and said, because I don't have minutes on my phone.
But you knew. You should have known. Like, it was all on Facebook the day before.
Jason, I'm not on Facebook all the time.
You're on Facebook every day, Mom. Everybody is.
No, I'm not. I may be on Messenger, and I may check my comments, but I'm not on Facebook. You have no clue.
All right, what do you think I would do if you called me and asked me for something?
That's not the point, Jason. You didn't ask me.
That is the point, because I asked you to do something for me.
And when I asked you a simple question, you flew off the handle.
Because I was at
work,
work,
You were totally
Mom.
disrespectful.
I was at work. Listen, I texted you this. I was getting yelled at as I was texting you. Like, I was getting yelled at for my boss for being on my tablet. But yeah, I had 2 different people texting me saying that they had found my wallet. All I needed was some clarification. I needed you to do what mothers are supposed to do. I needed you to step up and trust me in my judgment and call the cops and just see if they have my wallet.
I'm your mother, but you're, like you said, you're a grown man.
Right, and I don't even want to listen. It doesn't matter if I'm a grown man, an old man, or a young. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you're still my mother. I'm still your baby boy. I'm still your child. It doesn't matter how old I am. You should be able to know that. You should be able to trust me enough to know that if I ask you to do something, it's for the better part of me.
You didn't ask me. You told me to do something. When I asked you a simple question, you flew off the handle.
I could show you. I'll resend you the text, Ma. It was a clear question. Can you call Barney Get PD and see if they have my wallet? It was as clear as day. But what I'm saying is this. I didn't call you to argue with you. I didn't call you to make you feel like more like a piece of shit. I didn't call you to put your business out there online or live. That's not what I called you for. That's not my intentions. The reason I called you was like I said in the beginning, like I feel like we both owe each other an apology. I feel like you should be able to trust my judgment enough to know that if I ask
Jason, I do trust your judgment, but when I ask you a simple
question,
it doesn't mean for you to get disrespectful and keep dropping the F-bomb on me and tell me I should be a mother and do what you tell me to do. First of all, I don't have to do anything that you tell me to do. You don't tell me to do anything.
Listen, you know what? Now that you want to get like that, I'm going to send you the picture of this text message, and you're going to see that it wasn't a statement. It was a question. So,
Jason, that's what you said in your comment.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said in my comment. I asked you to do something, so why didn't you do it?
I asked you a simple question, so why didn't you answer it respectfully?
That's not the point, Mom. The point
is the point, Jason.
You should trust. I'm your child. I'm your son. I'm not some Joe Schmo off the streets. I'm not your scumbag boyfriend. I'm not none of that. And by the way, I hope you heard. I don't know if you were listening in earlier, but I did. I called Sean out on this show on all of his shit.
You know what? I had to give Sean props because he is doing what he's supposed to do.
Listen, now that's fine and dandy, but the man still stole money from you while you were laid up in the hospital getting heart surgery.
And you're better? You're better than him?
No, but I wouldn't
really
steal.
Think you're better?
I would listen. That's not the point. The point is this man is a liar, a cheater, and a thief. Before you met him, you've had apartments and houses, right? Now that he's in your life, how do you feel about sleeping in tents in North Carolina when it's fucking sub-degree weather?
I slept in tents when I first moved down there. I don't sleep in
All right,
tents
and
no
guess
more.
who was with you?
I have my own place.
Who was with you? Sean,
I had
right?
my own place, so I came up here.
All right, then. But guess what? Sean didn't... Listen, if Sean really gave a fuck or cared about you, he wouldn't have stolen every dime of yours and spent it on crack while you were laid up in the hospital and fucking fed you excuses why he couldn't come up.
And he made amends, and I forgave him.
You know what? That's cool and dandy, but you know what? Not everybody... Listen, regardless of the fact, he's a scumbag. He's dead. He's been nothing.
Oh, I'm sorry you feel that way.
He is, Mom. He is. And I'm not afraid to say it. And the way he talked to me the other day, I'm not beef for it. I'm the only. No, listen, I'm the only.
And so is Tyler, and so is everybody else, because everybody else sees how you treat me except for you.
Yeah, but you can forgive him, but you can't treat me the same way.
When you start respecting me and start treating me like
That's
a mother
bullshit.
and not some bitch off the street, then
No,
yes, I will.
Listen, I fuck that, because he stole $1,400 from you, Mom, and you still
And
treat
like
him
I
with more
said, he
respect
made
than you
amends,
treat me with.
and he's sorry for that. I know how sorry he is.
All right,
You have no clue.
That's not even an excuse. The man's trying to kiss your ass right now, Mom, because he wants to get on your good side. He knows he fucked up. So, of course, he's going to go out of his way and try and cuss me out to get under my skin. Of course he
No,
is.
he didn't cuss you out to get underneath
Yes,
your
he
skin.
did. I
He
have
cussed you
I
out
have the
for the way
text
you
messages
treated
right
me.
here. You went back and told him that I pissed you off, and he contacted me and started cursing me out. And I'm telling you what, the man's gonna get he's gonna get a beating next time I see him.
I might not wanna say that.
I don't listen. I don't care. But the point is listen. This man. Listen. I don't even know. The fact of the matter is that this man has done more harm to you than I have. But yeah, it seems like you like him more than.
No, Jason, don't even throw that guilt trip in my face.
Don't throw it in your face.
Don't even go there.
You know how sorry he is, right? But how sorry are you, Mom?
For what, Jason?
For what?
Did
For
I do
everything.
wrong? I asked you a simple question. What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong?
You didn't trust me, Mom. You didn't put your trust in
I
me.
asked you a simple question.
But you shouldn't have had to. 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 You should have just did it.
And I wrote it, and it's gone. It's the past. I fucking wrote it, and that's that. I asked you a simple question. You're the one that messed up, and you were the one that blew up on me.
Exactly. I had every right because you didn't trust me.
You could have came back with a simple answer, but you came back harsh, like you always do when somebody questions your judgment.
Listen, like I said, I didn't call you to argue with you. I feel like we both owe each other an apology. So I'm going to start off and say I apologize for any mishaps or trying to be. If you feel like I was disrespectful to you, I apologize. Because
Jason, it's all the time. Anytime you don't get your way,
listen,
anytime I might say the wrong thing, I'm getting harshed. I'm getting.
So you're telling me if Van or Daniel weren't out on the streets and didn't hear about what Sean did, you don't think they would feel the same way?
They know what he did.
All right, so you don't feel like they would feel the same way?
He's got nothing to do with this. He's got absolutely nothing to do with this. This is between you and me.
Who doesn't have it?
Start treating me like I'm your mother and not so bitch.
Start treating me like I'm your child.
Start talking to me with respect.
Start treating me like I'm your child.
When I ask you a simple question, you come back with a simple answer. You don't come back and start bitching me out.
But you're putting the blame on me.
You tell me I should do the things that you tell me to do.
I didn't tell you to do shit. Again, you know what you're saying right now? You're saying, hey, you know what? I asked you a simple question. You should have gave me a simple answer. You know what? Time to flip the script. I asked you a simple question first, and you should have gave me a simple answer and said, yes, Jason, I'll do it. You should have put your trust in me, and as a child, you should have listened to me and understood that at that moment, obviously I couldn't do it for myself. You should have done it. So now you want to play that script? I'm going to play it on you, Ma.
I
was at work.
Because I asked you a simple question.
You shouldn't have had to. I am your child, Mother.
You always do.
I am your child. You should have. I needed you. Obviously, I couldn't do it for myself, so I asked you to do it for me.
Fine and dandy.
So then you should have did it. That's where you owe me an apology. That is where you owe me. I'm making it clear that is where you owe me the apology. That you didn't put the trust in me.
Plain and simple.
You didn't put the trust in me. That is where you owe me an apology. Am I? Did you hear me? That's where you didn't put your trust in me. That is where you owe me the apology. Where you asked. You should have just gave me a simple answer after I asked you a simple question. That's where you owe me that apology.
You should have given me the simple question.
I shouldn't have had to.
I
shouldn't have had to. I'm your child. You should have had enough faith in me to know that I wouldn't ask you to do something.
For asking you a simple question.
Mom, you should have had enough faith in me as your child to know that I wouldn't ask you to do something stupid. You should know this. I'm your child. What part of that don't you get? I'm your blood and bones. You should have enough faith in me to know that I wouldn't lead you to do the wrong thing.
Then treat me like I'm your blood and bone. How about that?
But you're my mother. Listen. It's not even all that serious.
I'm your mother.
It's not even all that serious. But what I'm saying is that I needed you. I needed you. And instead of saying, Jason, I got you, you questioned my judgment. And you said, you know what? I don't think I have enough.
I just asked you a simple question.
But you shouldn't have said, you shouldn't have asked that.
That's all I asked you.
But you shouldn't have. You shouldn't have had to.
So why didn't you come back at me with a simple answer?
But I shouldn't have had to. I shouldn't have. Point blank period is I texted you first and said, hey, Mom, can you call the police?
You're right. You're always right.
I'm not always right. But you're not always right either.
I think you need to go back to meetings. Because when you were going to meetings...
Listen, I don't drink. I smoke weed. And I'll make that clear. I smoke marijuana. I don't drink. None of this is coming out of...
And you're just about as mean as can be.
That's not true, because I'm not drunk right now, Ma. I'm as pure and sober as can be. And I'm telling you straight up that as a child, you should have had enough faith in me to know that I wouldn't lead you to do the wrong thing. If I call you, if I text you and say, hey, Ma, I need you to call the cops to see if they got my... That's a small thing. So you know what? If I call you next time and I say, hey, Ma, I need you to call the FBI and see why Daniel's in jail or why Van is dead. Not even that that's going to happen, but just saying that's an example. Or call my lawyer and see when I'm getting out. You gonna question my judgment and say, why can't you do it while I'm in jail? Come on.
Well,
think about it that way, Mom.
Different situation.
It doesn't matter if it's different.
You're out.
The fact of the matter is that it's the same concept.
You have friends.
But that doesn't. I was at work at that time, Mom.
Anytime to call a dealer or any of your buddies.
But guess what? Did you not read my post from the previous day? I told you that my phone was lost.
I just asked you a simple question and you blew up.
That's exactly how I should have answered. That's exactly how I should have answered. I'll tell him. Don't worry about it.
Exactly how you should have answered was being such an asshole.
I'm not trying to be an asshole, Mother. The reason I called you is because I feel like we both owe each other an apology. I'm not trying to argue with you. The fact that you have Sean backing you, of course he's going to fucking back you. He's trying to kiss your ass.
And so did Tyler. I don't hear you saying nothing about Tyler now, do I?
What has Tyler done? Tyler feels the same fucking way I do. He wants to smash his head in like I do.
Tyler is pissed off at you because of the way you treated me.
You want to see his messages? He just told me he loved me last night.
Because of the way you speak to me.
Of course. I'm pretty sure he does. But you know what, though? Can you really blame me? You didn't have faith in me, Ma. You didn't.
It's not that I didn't have faith in you. Look, I did not say I didn't have faith in you.
All right, so then why did you ask me that stupid fucking question? Why can't you do it? Why did you ask me that question? Stupid questions get stupid answers.
I was just wondering why you couldn't do it. That's all I asked.
Because if you would have had looked, and I know you're on Facebook every day.
I just asked you a simple question.
I know
why you couldn't make that phone call yourself.
I know that you're on Facebook every single day. Don't say you don't, because I know you are.
You're sitting here watching me.
Mom, I know you are. Who's not?
Assumption. You know what assume means? It makes the ass out of you and not me.
You're making excuses right now. The point of the matter is,
no, I'm not making no excuses.
You are.
Jason.
You're on Facebook every day, just like everybody else in the world is. All right. See, I know you've had to, and if you didn't, I'm pretty sure you seen it the day I texted you and asked you to call them.
I didn't see shit, Jason. If you're going to call and you're going to piss me off and you're going to say that I owe you an apology for asking you a simple question, you need to wake up and smell the fucking coffee.
No, I think you do, Ma. I really did. You do. You're my mother. I am your child. Like I said, I'm your flesh and fucking bone. You couldn't even put your faith in me and say, hey, Jason, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to do it. And you know what? It's not even all that fucking serious because it was small. It was small. But think about some motherfucking examples, Ma. Call my lawyer and see what's going on. Let's put it in perspective. Call whatever the fuck. It doesn't fucking matter. The point is if I ask you to do something, just know I'm asking you to do it in a better fucking sense. Hello? Did she hang up?
Yep.
You see, that's what I deal with.
And I was just